Is this thing on? It is on. And there's no room for a beverage because I got all this stuff. Like what? What? This is a table full of stuff. Like why do we even have so much stuff? Because coming up on 7 years of skateboarding and making videos. So I started when I turned 41, about to turn 48 here, real quick, probably 48 by the time you see this video. And like, man, I'm still at it, like, because I really enjoy it. Like, I like skateboarding. I like making videos. When I started this, making videos in February of 2018, never filmed, I'd never edited, I'd never made a video. Knew nothing about this world. Over the time, just really learned to enjoy it. And so, like, invest in the things you care about. In February of 18, what did we start with? We started with a GoPro 5. GoPro 5. I did not buy it for skateboarding. I actually bought it for RVing. I was going to live in my RV for a year, and I just didn't use it. The first 6 months, I was out there doing that business out of school. But then when I decided to start skating, I had the GoPro 5, so that's what I used, and super functional. And then I was not making videos to make YouTube channel. I was making videos to watch myself back and learn from my skateboarding. And then, eventually uh, fell into a YouTube channel and started sharing it. And then, so that was February. And then a couple months later, like I was like, oh man, I want to buy a camera. So I went out and I got this. This is the Canon M50. All right. This was my first real camera ever, first real camera ever of any type. It's a mirrorless camera. I'm not going to say it's a first generation mirrorless camera, but it was pretty close to like a consumer grade, low priced, not low, reasonably priced mirrorless camera. So I got that. Just ran it stock for a long time. It comes with this, what is it, 1545 lens. Uh, did the trick for the most part, and eventually we upgraded. And we got this fisheye, which has been my primary lens, and we got this really small fixed 22, which is good in certain spaces. It's wide, but you gotta have your camera set up right, and sometimes it's a little far away, or sometimes it's got to be real close to where you're skating. That's dangerous. Um, so I shot primarily with this for a long time. Then I upgraded. I got a GoPro 12. I went from the 5. Actually, I went from the 5 to the 360. I sold the 360 at a downhill event. This dude was cool. He was gonna make better use of it than I was. Um, Got him a deal. He got a good deal. I think I still have to mail him some things. Feel bad about that. You gotta find your address, bro, if you're watching. Um, Sold to him pretty cheap. So I didn't have the 360. I would buy another one. Absolutely loved it. But then I got the 12. So I went from the 5 to the 360 to the 12, just to reiterate that. But I still primarily like to use the Canon. GoPro has its place in the world, but it looks like GoPro at the end of the day. But this camera's taking some tumbles. Can you see that? See that? But it's time for this to go, right? It's time to say goodbye to old trusty Canon M50. It'll make somebody happy later. I don't see a need to hold on to it. The fish eye may not be what it was, but these lenses are still solid. The battery case, the battery grip, and the cage are solid. It's a good camera. Just no external mic. The external mic, external mic doesn't work because in Savannah it fell over as well. It fell over right on the external mic jack and jacked it up pretty good, and all that. And it's a little outdated. It's a little outdated for what I'm trying to do. I want to progress in my filmmaking as much as skateboard. Here's the sad part: like out of everything I've invested in building this Canon, the only two things that can move on is the external microphone wireless and the microphone that goes in the jack. Nothing else is compatible for the direction we're going. So I'm going to unbox all this now. Not going to film it. I'll spare you that. I'm going to unbox all this now and build the new version of this. And I'm going to show you what I got. We got it set up. We got it set up. All those boxes turned into this. Kind of hard to believe, honestly. Like this was our Canon M50 with the fisheye and the cage and the battery. And this is our Panasonic Lumix S5ii fully set up. Got the cage on it. Separately, the cage handle here. Separately, a top handle for filming, especially filming others. This is mostly what this is for. Got my handy new tripod set up here. A little more sturdy than what I had because this is heavier. Um, got the microphone on. I don't like where it's placed. I need to get some cold shoes to put across this top handle here. And then I've got my wireless mic here. So when I'm skating on tripod, I can mic to here. I could not do that on my M50 because the microphone jack was messed up. I could do it on the GoPro, but if I wanted to film the quality of the M50, then I would have to record the sound on the GoPro and the video here and then sync them. I did do that once, but don't really care for it. So the Lumix S5ii with the Artisan 7 fisheye. Let me just show you the difference between these two fisheyes. This is the M50 with the Artisan 7 fisheye. I don't know if you can really see it. There you go. This, bam, is the Artisan 7 fisheye on the Lumix. I almost said a bad word. It's it's a lot. It's a lot different. Let me see. There you go. Boom. See them right there? Kind of shows it best right there. Like this thing, eat that thing for lunch. I'm excited about this. All right. So all those boxes, new tripod, top handle, side handle, cage, 3 lenses, and the camera, batteries, battery charger, all the goods you need to get the same function, just the same function I had with the M50. I had the 2 stock lenses, not stock lenses, the 1 stock lens I showed you, and then the fixed 22 and the fisheye. So this one I got the fisheye, Artisan 7, beautiful, beautiful small case. This thing was packaged so well, and this fisheye from Artisan 7 is completely metal, 10 mm fisheye, completely metal. Feels great, feels like high quality. Really excited about it. The camera came with the 2060 autofocus, manual focus, stabilize, whole deal. And with it, I got the 50 mm fixed, also autofocus or manual. You can go manual in either one. Stabilization as well. What is the true difference between these two cameras? I had to make some notes because I'm not a camera guy. If you're looking for a camera video from a camera guy, I'm not your guy. I'm just going to tell you about the functionality uh, between the two for me in my use case. All right. All right. Canon 50 came out in 2018 when I started skating. Kind of talked about that earlier before. The Lumix S5ii came out at the beginning of 2023. Yeah. All right. Key differences. This has a APS APS-C sensor, right? With a resolution of 3,840 by 2016, something like that, or 2,160. This has a full frame um, sensor. It does have an available APS-C that you can go into, but full frame is the key to this, which essentially just like you're getting like digital health from this, and you're getting like straight to the sensor from the lens to the sensor from here, from what I'm tracking. I could be wrong. All right, let's talk some basics. Canon M50 13.84 on the sensor to pixel area. 13.84 to the Lumix S5ii 35.3. That's obviously a huge difference. Focal points, 143 focal points on the M50, 779 focus points on the S5ii, 779. That's going to make a huge difference. With that full frame, the M50 could do 4K. I never used it. I don't know why. I never used it. Probably recording, uh, worry about space or quality or something like that. But I never used the 4K and the 450. This I'm going to shoot 450 or 4K all the time, but it also shoots 6K, and you can shoot that in open gate. So what is open gate? When you have these when you have these smaller cameras with the APS-C sensor, you're shooting like 9 by 16, kind of like you think, like you watch videos on this screen. It's linear, right? But your sensor for a camera is actually square, right? This allows you to go to the full square at 6K. Like, why would you need to go full square at 6K? That way you can crop in on it and you can zoom in on it without losing uh, any of the quality. Also, let's say I'm skating a box, right? And I get my trick and roll out, but now I want to turn that into a social media post. I can just shrink it over because it's already long enough, right? I can just pull on the sides without really losing anything. So I think that's pretty cool. All right. Kind of talked about memory. This only holds one memory card. And I was using a V30. I didn't know about memory cards until I started researching new cameras. I probably should have been in a V60 or V90 to record on the 4K. And that's probably why I never did it. This bad boy, boom, two memory cards, two full memory card slots. I'm running 128 gigabyte SD cards in here at the V90 rate, which is the highest quality you can get. This camera actually doesn't need that because it records to its own internal memory and then pushes it to the card. So you don't need the speed of the card in the actual recording mode. But what it will help with is when I go download that later, these cards will download faster than the V30. I could have gone with a V60 very comfortably in this camera. I chose to go with V90. Um, got a good deal on them. V90s are expensive. All right. Also, with that dual memory card slot, you got choices. You can do fill one card, then fill the other, or you can mirror them so you don't lose footage. Let's say this card gets corrupt, you won't lose that footage because you've mirrored it on the other card. Or you can set one card to video and one card to photo. I think that's pretty cool. I'm excited about the dual memory card capability of that. Some big things I'm gaining on this whole S5 II is weather sealed. The lenses, the frame, the body, everything's weather sealed. Excited about that. It's got it's got this thing called photo stacking. I do want to take more photos, so it'll shoot like 8 photos in a row, and then it'll build them all together into one photo to capture all the detail of the landscape or whatever you're taking into just a beautiful picture that you can blow up at a high resolution. It's got a full size HDMI port. Did not have HDMI capability with the Canon M50. And it's got a headphone jack, which is good for when you're recording other people to make sure you're getting that sound the way you want it. So I'm excited about that. And then it's got this thing called built-in LUTs. So a lot of people, you take your photo, you do your video, and then you got to do a little color grading. Well, you can go to the Lumix Lab app and pick kind of pre-color graded files. And then you can load those straight on the camera, and then you can shoot in those files. So it's doing the color grading while you're shooting, which saves you tons of time on the back end. Obviously, you can film a million different ways on this vlog, using the LUTs as I just talked about, going raw, whatever. Here, like you had 4K, you had your basic 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second. You had all the basics. The M50 did all that basics, but this takes it to another level. And this camera allows you to customize the buttons and settings. So you can load up, here's the three main ways I want to shoot, and then you can load them into separate points on the dial or within the buttons. And all these buttons can be customized. So I'm excited about that. What am I losing? Right? I'm losing this battery pack. There is not a custom grip battery made for this camera yet. I looked everywhere. I could get a dummy battery and run a giant battery on the back of the rig. Um, I don't want to do that. So I'm losing the battery and I'm just gonna have to buy multiple batteries for this. Right now I have two. I think I'll feel more comfortable when I have 3 to 4. The way I record, I just put it on the tripod, I go skate. I don't really think about the videos until I'm in the editing process. Very few are deliberate. I'm gonna work on making deliberate videos. Also the weight. This is super light. This is gonna be super heavy. Um, and this has a built-in flash. Canon M50 has a built-in flash. There is not a built-in. Well, there's a little clear dot. It says there's a flash, but I don't think it's as good. I might be lying, but I think the flash is gonna be better on this for photo on the M50. But anyway, at the end of the day, what does it mean? Look, I didn't think I would get into the filming part of my skateboarding, but when I started skateboarding, I started filming, and I've tried to learn about it. I've tried to make better videos in the past. Um, and I finally reached a point where I think I can do better than my equipment. And I think 6 years is a good run for the M50. And now it's time to up my game, not just in the skateboarding and getting some tricks, but also in how I present it to you guys. Because that's important. Like this is part of my skateboarding. Uh, Filming is part of my skateboarding. YouTube is part of my skateboarding. Skateboarding may not be very good, but I think I think there's a story to tell, and I want to tell it. And this rig is set up for filming other people as well. Because what I want to do is I want to start sharing other people's stories and other people's skating, and I think that this will be a quality high enough where people would be happy with me sharing their skating in that quality. So I'm excited about that. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. So that's it. I don't know if this is a long video or a short video. It's not a camera video. If you're looking for camera videos on the Lumix S5ii, man, there's a million out there. Go look them up. If you're looking to buy a new camera, would I buy this one? No, I would actually buy the Lumix S25X because it allows you to record straight to an external solid state hard drive versus memory cards. And I think that would be a huge upgrade. But very happy with the purchase here. Definitely got some deals. Huge investment, and I say that and I'll be like, oh, I spent all this money. I say that because like I'm invested. I'm invested in this channel. I'm invested in skateboarding. I don't make a dime off any of this. I do this because I really enjoy it, and it's a good creative outlet, and it gives me something to do for myself, but with you guys out there in the skateboard YouTube community. So, man, now all there is to do is go skate and get some new clips. Got a couple videos from 2024 that I have not edited that I need to put up. But 2025, we're gonna be we're gonna be all about the Lumix S5 II and skating these boards, skating this. There's way more boards. Skating these boards and other boards, setting new boards up, getting new tricks, and sharing with you. So hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you understand, like, I am invested in this. I don't care if people watch. Uh, I guess I should say I don't care if people don't watch. I say that because I'm invested in this. And it's not because I'm getting views. Like, I don't get a terrible, great amount of views. Some videos work, some videos don't. If I name a skateboard in the title, it probably works. If I do a setup video, it probably works. But when I learn new tricks, it doesn't work too much. But but I enjoy doing this and I enjoy sharing with you, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to do it until the wheels fall off. So, that being said, thanks for watching. Hope you'll stick around and continue to watch future videos. And let's call me out if the quality doesn't improve. Call me out. Call me out. We're invested. We're invested in the quality. So, call me out if it doesn't pay off. And the M50 needs to find a new home. Needs to find a new home with all its lenses and all its perks. and it's a good little starter camera. Got to find a home for it. All right, that's it. Go do something rad. Go invest in yourself. Go make time for yourself. And yeah, let's do this. I'm out.